Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. Continue to see some breezy conditions out there. This morning we are currently in a wind advisory. Good chance of seeing that wind advisory expire as we move later in the morning and into the afternoon, as we do expect a downward trend in the winds. Otherwise, seeing mostly sunny skies with temperatures climbing into the mid 50s. We take a look at the current surface analysis. We have that boundary off to our west south, or excuse me, our east southeast. That pushed through the area last night that brought those showers and thunderstorms through the area with some breezy winds. That boundary will continue to move off to the east, and we'll see this area of high pressure build in briefly, keeping things fairly quiet and dry as we move through today, as well as into tomorrow. Tomorrow will be positioned a bit further to our north, and it's going to bring an onshore component to the wind, but overall expecting dry conditions over the next 48 hours. Looking at our upper level winds this morning, northwesterly winds in the lowest 3,000 feet, becoming more west southwesterly to westerly as we go up through the middle and upper part of the column here. Seeing our peak wind this morning of 64 knots at 25,000 feet, and the freezing level was at 9,800 feet. Take a look at the current visible satellite. We can see the clouds that were pushing through the area this morning pretty much have dissipated, looking at mostly sunny conditions. Still a few clouds just lingering around the area, and most of the cloud cover with that boundary well off the coast. And should see mostly sunny conditions prevail as we move through the day today. We'll take a look at the European model here to take a look at the short-term and longer-term forecast here. As mentioned, that area of high pressure will build in as we move into the evening. We're going to see some light and variable winds this evening, but things remaining dry and some seasonable temperatures. Going into tomorrow, we'll see those winds shifting more onshore as that high pressure center is just to our north, and that's going to keep things a couple degrees cooler through the day tomorrow, and still looking at dry conditions prevailing through tomorrow as well as into tomorrow evening. As we go through tomorrow evening, we'll have a warm boundary lifting through the area but remaining dry, and that will set up for a very mild day on Thursday. Very low end chance of an isolated light shower or sprinkle through the day on Thursday. Not a high probability, and if it does occur, it won't be too impactful overall the way things are looking right now. Just a mild and breezy day on Thursday as this boundary to our north tries to sink southward towards the local area. The European model does stall that a bit further to the north Thursday evening. GFS does sink that down a bit further south, bringing a few showers into the area early Friday morning. Nonetheless, that boundary does look to sink over the area sometime during the day on Friday, possibly bringing a few showers around the area during the daytime on Friday before that boundary lifts back north as we move into Saturday, possibly lingering some showers around early on Saturday, and then things look to dry out and remain mild as we move through the day on Saturday. Could see a brief period of some onshore winds on Saturday that will keep things on the cooler side, but overall still looking seasonably mild as we move through Saturday as well as into Sunday, with another very mild day for Sunday ahead of a more potent cold front that will be pushing into the area late Sunday into Monday. It does look like a similar setup to what we saw over the last 24 hours, where that boundary pushed through, bringing some shower activity into the area, possibly some thunderstorms, and then behind it we'll see more seasonable air settling in as we move into the day on Monday. So looking at the 24-hour weather risk for today, again, this should be a red color here as we are currently in a wind advisory, but we do expect to see those winds diminishing as we move through the day today. So a good chance of seeing that wind advisory expire as we get later in the morning and more so into the afternoon. Overall, expecting high temperatures to climb to around 59 degrees with mostly sunny conditions prevailing as we move back to green conditions for our weather risk. We'll start off the evening with clear skies and just a few high clouds around as we move overnight and into the morning time frame. Light variable winds becoming more onshore out of the northeast to east as we get to the start of the day. On Wednesday, our low temperature will be around 40 degrees. Tides are running normal, and Wednesday, again, slightly cooler with a high of 57 degrees with that onshore breeze. That onshore breeze will be slightly breezy, but it does look like we'll stay just below that wind advisory criteria. So looking at green conditions, at least at this time, should see those peak winds staying in the 20 to 22 knot range. Otherwise, we'll see partly cloudy conditions, mostly cloudy at times, and at seasonable temperatures. Wednesday evening, we'll see increasing clouds with a chance of some low clouds. With that increase in low level moisture, we'll see slightly breezy conditions. We will start to see those peak winds approaching that wind advisory criteria, so we do have a yellow risk for those winds that are above 25 knots, and that yellow risk for a chance for some low clouds around the area. A fairly mild evening with that increased southerly flow with a low around 50 degrees. Warm day on Thursday, increasing that southerly flow, mostly cloudy through the day though, and breezy, so we do have an orange risk for those elevated winds. Very slight chance of that isolated shower, again, not looking likely or very impactful if it does occur, but nonetheless that chance is brief and there through the daytime hours. Otherwise, high of 74 degrees. Extended forecast here, better chance of rain as we move into Friday, possibly as early as the early hours of Friday. Looking to be about 40% chance of rain depending on where that boundary aligns. That will also play a role in what our high temperature will be for Friday as well. But looking at a chance of showers, high around 76 degrees at this time. Moving into Saturday, that lingering chance of rain during the first part of the day on Saturday, around 30% chance. And period of some onshore flow on Saturday, slightly cooler temperatures, upper 60s, possibly getting into the low 70s once again on Saturday, depending again on how quickly that boundary moves out of there and if we see those winds shift more subtly during the daytime hours on Saturday. Moving into Sunday, continuing dry conditions through the day on Sunday. We'll see partly to mostly cloudy conditions with some breezy conditions ahead of that next system moving in. We'll see a high once again around 75 degrees, and then that boundary pushes through, bringing about 50% chance of seeing some showers, possibly even some thunderstorms overnight into early Monday. Likely seeing that probability increase as we get some better agreement with the modeling or approach closer to the event there. Otherwise, we'll see things starting to dry out as we move through the day on Monday with some breezy conditions continuing and some cooler conditions moving in. High on Monday just up around 64 degrees. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 at 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.